first item of discussion was on looking at ways by which we can actually improve on broadband services. I think that is something that we have heard of numerous times in the last few years, complaints. So I would like to see this ministry stating how it is we can double the speed and half the price, if possible. So this is something that which we are going to try and work on, and hopefully it may take some time, but hopefully we can come up with some results and an announcement on it soon. Okay. There are a host of other areas which this ministry has focused on in the last 2 or 3 years. I'm not going to speak about those aspects now, or those angles now, but separate press conferences will be called every week so that I can actually update you as to what the previous projects were, how far they have succeeded, whether there's a need for us to tweak those projects so that we can meet higher expectations, greater success, whether we need to change them altogether. But these are things which I will have press conferences on and inform you about later. Otherwise today there will be just too much for you all to grasp. I think a lot of people want to know what actually fake news is, who decides, and these are the problems that we spoke about in Parliament before.
Yeah.
I've always maintained that that bill was put through Parliament in a rush. It was not well thought over, and I think at the end of the day, it is one of those bills that, or those laws now, that are just too broad and capable of being abused. So this is the reason why we have said that we need to look at it, repeal it, and of course there are other laws as well which I think curb your freedom, the press in particular. I'll be looking at those laws as well, and we hope to identify them and state exactly what we propose to do with them in the press conferences hereafter. Yes, number one, ada banyak undang-undang yang dalam bahasa Inggeris dia kata overlap. So kita ada undang-undang dalam kanun keseksaan, kita ada undang-undang dengan anti-fake news bill, kita ada undang-undang yang lain. So ini adalah satu perkara yang kepada saya perlu dilihat. So we have to try and streamline laws that overlap with each other, number one. Number two, we have to understand that we have a federal constitution, and perlembagaan kita ada kebebasan yang dijamin. But of course, there is no absolute freedom. There is always boundaries in law, and this is stated in the Constitution itself. So what we have to do is we have to bring up all the laws and look at how it is these laws need to be updated. Kerana kita lihat bagaimana teknologi telah pun mara ke hadapan dalam 10 atau 15 tahun yang lalu, dan sistem laporan media hari ini amat berbeza daripada sistem yang ada 20 tahun yang lalu. Jadi kepada saya, these are all areas which are important, and we have to call these laws up for revision so that they can be brought up to date. And of course, taking into account also the fact that in today's media world, there is, to me, a need for greater press freedom. So bagaimana kita akan uruskan itu semua, perkara-perkara itu semua, kita akan lihat. Saya akan minta daripada pihak perundangan supaya diberikan idea-idea yang boleh kita laksanakan pembaharuan undang-undang ini.